Welcome back to week 9 of this NFL season. Welcome to Beyond the Trenches on the One Mic Media Network. We're here to give our thoughts and opinions of this week in football and, of course, give our predictions for next week and see how we did last week. Can't do this, of course, without the usual team, the best team on the internet, my usual suspects. First up, the right-hand man, always here, always on time. My man, Daryl. What's good, Daryl?
Still like back at it, fresh off a Steelers W. A lot of movement happening in the league today. A lot to
Yeah.
talk about.
Made me think about that for a second. Let me get my towel out the cup. Like that.
You already know.
Whatever. Yeah. Next up, my other Steelers brethren, my man over here, Toby. What's good, Toby?
Yeah, what's up, man? Steelers Nation. I just want to say these two guys, I mean, me included, we didn't pick the Steelers this week. That's all I want to say. They don't know the Steelers Nation, but, they didn't pick them
They
this
gave
week.
us reasons to doubt, but they came through.
Just because you said that, now I'm about to give you the two towels. Over here. That's the two towels. They're different towels, though. One a special commemorative towel. Anyway, last up, the only person who represented the green of the Eagles, the other team in Philadelphia, my man Jordan. Was good, Jordan.
Good, man. I left on air with all Steelers fans today.
Yeah, hey.
Bring their paraphernalia out last week. You know what I'm saying? It was all.
Yeah, I had to tuck it in last week.
It wasn't even you know what I mean? The dub that I called that they
You're right.
Hit.
You're right.
You feel me? And then they get back out. All right.
Hey, it's up. Anyway, man. Well, let's talk about last Thursday, and not so much about the game. Lamar came back. The Ravens did blow out the Dolphins, which was expected. We talk about the game too, but also with the Lamar now back and the Ravens defense coming together, the question was, are they back being Super Bowl contenders? Darryl, what you think?
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, as long as they stay off in the playoff contention, they are a Super Bowl contender. Just what they're capable of doing. Like they have a quarterback capable of being the best player in the league week in and week out. They have a running back able to be the best running back in the league week in and week out. So they're capable of they had pieces to beat a Super Bowl, and their defense they've stepped up over the last few weeks as well. But the only thing is they're always getting their own way. Like it's not just about like having everything together, have everything going the right way. They always step on their own feet at the end of the day. So I mean, as far as like a Super Bowl contention, yeah, I mean they're 3-5 right now. They're still in that wild card spot, and it's still an impossibility to win the division. But as long as they stay in that, as long as I mean, they have the record right now, but the schedule right now is going to work in their favor, especially with Lamar coming back, the easiest schedule in the league. So they're going to be in the playoff contention, which just based on what they have, going to put them in the Super Bowl. I thought they were going to make a move for a wide receiver today, because I think that's their other than the defense, that's the area of weakness. As far as Zay Flowers really. The tight ends, every now and then they step up and have like a Likely and Andrews step up and have a good game, but they don't have a true number one every week in and week out number one receiver that's going to get like maybe 8 to 10 targets a game and 100 yards a game. So that's the only weakness I really see with them, as long as the defense keep doing what they're doing. But as far as the Super Bowl contention, as long as Lamar is Lamar and D. Henry is Henry, that's their limit. That's their class as far as Super Bowl busts for me.
Joe, what's good? The Ravens right now, man.
I mean, yeah, they got their Super Bowl back. You feel me? They got their best player back. So, so I expect them to win games. You feel me? With their best player back. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I don't know about the Super Bowl contenders, and I still got to see, you know what I'm saying, if they can put a string of games together to even be able to win a record and try to even contend, even maybe for the wild card, maybe even the division. You know what I'm saying? I still got the Steelers winning that division just because of where the record is and where everything end up. I really do feel like, what are they, 3-6 now? What are they?
3-5.
5 now. I mean, 3 straight games, you know what I'm saying? 2 straight wins put you know what I'm saying? They get 3 straight dubs, go 6-5, maybe. But that's still a tough stretch, a tough ask. So, we'll see. But, they need, obviously, for them to have any type of shot at doing anything this year, obviously, you know what I'm saying, they need Lamar. And if they was smart enough, they would have been got the bull Huntley, and they wouldn't be 3-5.
Yeah, that's true. And I play Cooper Rush or whatever. Toby, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, the Ravens. I feel like getting Lamar back probably energizes the team. So when it comes to being a Super Bowl or bust, I'm not sure yet. I got to see how the next few games go. Um, Against the Dolphins, that's not really you can't really put too much into that game because that defense was looking terrible, and then the Dolphins ain't really touched them at all. They didn't really do anything. Um, so Super Bowl contender, I'm gonna lay off of that right now. I think it's too soon to really like put that question in. That division is still open, sadly, because my Steelers are unpredictable. But we got to see how that defense holds up because I feel like they already built so many bad habits early on in the season, and to recover fully, I feel like it's not going to happen this season. So their defense might really, not bring them through. But then you still got what's his name, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes in front of him. Last year I really thought was the year that Lamar was gonna probably get to the bowl or at least beat Josh Allen, and he lost to Josh Allen. So right now I don't think he's Super Bowl. They're a Super Bowl contender. Hopefully, I can't wait to see them. Play against us because we usually beat them, but they're Super Bowl contender now, not this year.
Yeah, the Steelers win the other day, which we'll talk about, was big to keep them ahead of them for the division. Their only path, because they lost them in the game, is to win the division, and I don't think I see it now. So it's good. They got to play they got to like not lose the game and play lights out on both sides of the ball for a lot of straight games. They got some easy cream puffs, like Daryl said, but they're gonna run into like the Patriots at some point, and us twice. So it's gonna be. They got a couple of tough games too. So it could be too little, too late, is what I want to say. But I guess we'll see how it goes. The Dolphins, of course, other team that played, their season been over. They got to make their own decisions, about Tua and all that stuff down the line.
They should have done what the Jets did today. Like they should have did a fire
Fire
sale. I
sale?
don't know what they were doing.
They still might make moves probably. What is the deadline? Do you know when the NFL deadline is?
So it was 4 o'clock today.
Oh, for real? Damn,
Yeah.
it's done. Because I heard they were trying to trade Minka, but I guess they didn't.
I
guess
saw
they
that
didn't
too.
trade him.
Yeah.
Oh well. Next up was Sunday Night Football, which was the Seahawks. We all watched that game. Cruise past the Commanders. What is his name? Darnold. His reclamation project is no longer a project. He's solid QB. They pretty much killed them. Joe, we think about the Seahawks in that game against the Commanders.
Shit, it was over by the first quarter.
I know.
It was over. Like Commanders, like defense weak. We knew that. We knew they was too old. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. They can't do shit. Like they're just not playing well at all.
So we think about the Seahawks and their chances now.
I mean, Seahawks been looking like they top 4 team in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? With JSN, Ohio State receiver, looking like the best receiver in the league. You know what I'm saying? We always knew he was nice. Kenneth Walker is nice, running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all knew Darnold was nice. We all going to be on Darnold. Like, they have a defense. You get what I'm saying? What's going to be in their way, possibly, is Sam Darnold. You feel me? So, like, if Sam Darnold get in them crucial situations and the playoffs and he make them crucial mistakes, then that's going to be their downfall. You get what I'm saying? So, it's going to be better than what they had or what they've done. You know what I'm saying? And I knew they just got the Bush Shaheed from the Saints. Mm-hmm. So that was a nice little, nice little pickup for them. They already cooking on offense. So it's just somebody to add to what they got going on. But Washington, I knew they, I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, the whole defense, yeah.
I just knew they wasn't going to be it this year. Not to say that Jalen Daniels took a step back, but it's just like they didn't get better than me. Like, you had a whole bunch of really good receivers last year, a group of good receivers, a group of talented players. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let all them go just to go get Debo. And then You let go of Brian Thomas. Eckler got hurt. I mean, not Brian Thomas, Brian Robinson. You let and then Eckler got hurt. It's like now you got a rookie and a couple guys. Like you know what I'm saying? And then the whole situation happened when he got hurt. Like I get what people were saying. Like it was the last drive, and that last drive took that long. But like, bro, why? Like it was 38-7. Like why is he even in the game to tell me like just chalk it up? Because you know he got injury history. So like I get it, but nah, I don't, because you were never coming back from that. Like you had just punted the ball, the possession before that, on 4th down.
Yeah, it's tough for them. Darryl, your thoughts on that game and the Seahawks moving forward?
Yeah, this is another dominant showing for the Seahawks. This is a few times they've been dominant this year now. I've been following them for the most part throughout the year. 24 points in the second quarter. That really just ended the game right there. Yeah, I like the scene, man. Especially I like Jordan said, I like them getting Shaheed, put him with JSN. He's gonna take advantage of that because right now, JSN he's if not already, he's already earned respect across the league. You have to bring safety help over the top or double, or if he's gonna go crazy. And then Shaheed being a deep threat, he's gonna take advantage of that. And even we see in the rookie Torrey Horton, he had a breakout with 2 touchdowns. The tight end, he's been making plays all year. They got 2 great running backs they can rely on, and a great defense as well. I like the coach. I don't think it's his first year, but I think it's his second year now. But I like the identity he's put in this team. And I like the moves that the GM has made as well. Moving on from Geno, because that was just the obvious right decision. Landing with Darnold after the Vikings didn't keep him. And also moving on from DK after seeing the potential of JSN. And so I like the overall organization move that they've made. And yeah, they put themselves in the position to be considered a top seed in a top contender in the NFC. They got a tough division, but right now I think they're better than the Niners and Rams, slightly better than the Rams right now. I'm not going to say overall. It's going to be a good. I'm not sure how much games that they have left between the Rams. Yeah, they played twice. They played twice. They play in 2 weeks and they play another time. So it's going to be interesting to see those 2 games because that's going to.
I'm still going with the Rams, but I'm sorry.
I don't know. This defense is for real, and the Rams defense is for real too. So that's why both offenses are good. So that's why it's going to be really great.
Stafford's better than Darnold, bro.
That's what I was going to get to. Like Jordan said, it's all going to come down to Sam Darnold. As good as he was with this game, I know firsthand how bad he can be. Last year, I had him as a fantasy QB when he was leading the league in turnovers. So he can. And we saw it earlier this year against the Buccaneers. It was a great back and forth game. One bad decision from Darnold cost them the game. So it's always that. I feel like that's their real weakness right now. Other than that, they play complementary football. Defense takes the ball away or gets stops, get off the field. Offense scores. So I like what they got, and I like with them. I think they're gonna make some noise in the NFC this year. Possibly, I mean, they're in contention for the NFC chip contender, and whatever matchup comes with that, they never know what will happen.
Toby, your thoughts on the Seahawks and the Seahawks moving forward?
I just wrote down some points because I didn't want to forget.
All right, go ahead.
Not to say.
Good.
Yeah, the Seahawks. That game was over. That game was over quickly. It was disappointing, and people in the chat was like already turning on Danny. Like, he's not good enough. He's aggressive. I'm like, bro, are we watching the same game? This defense is terrible. The Seahawks, you got to give them credit. They have a good defense. They've had a good defense all season. It was never going to be easy for him. I think he had the one pick. They have good corners, so they're going to – you have to have a defense that can get some stops, bro. That defense can get no stops. Darnold was looking like Brady, prime Brady, bro. Peyton Manning. Ripping them apart, bro. Honestly, I was like, yo, their defense – because, before the Steelers game, we're going to talk about that game later. But I was like, yo, their defense is worse than ours besides the Colts game. I'm like, yo, their defense is worse than ours. Like, people are running wide open.
We
It
were.
was easy pitch and catch. I was like, I can't believe this happened. What you want McDaniels to do when he don't have the defense? Also, they traded his best running back, BJ, Brian Robinson. They traded him to the 49ers. All these running backs suck. I remember in fantasy, they was gassing up. He's trash. He's not doing nothing. None of these guys are game changers. So he doesn't even have that reliability. Then, like Jordan said earlier, the game was over, 39-0, and they're still playing him. They don't know how to manage their quarterbacks. I remember seeing a picture of Alex Smith, RG3, now Daniels. Yeah, like, bro, manage your quarterback. So now he's basically done. Like, don't even come back now. Like, you guys are cooked.
Now he can't come back now.
You guys ain't winning, nothing. What is it I want to touch on?
Go ahead.
I still think Daniels is still good. Like, he's still a good quarterback, but the team they hurt him. They didn't help their quarterback. Still a good quarterback, but they didn't help him. Seahawks, they're a tough team. Their offense, they got the pieces in place. I think they should use their running backs more. But I agree with what both of y'all said. It's gonna come down to Darnold. It's always gonna come down to the quarterback. Is he gonna make mistakes when it matters? When they played Baker, he threw the pick at the end of the game. That cost him. So what is he gonna do in the playoffs? It's the same thing. It's the same way I think about Darnold, low key, the same way I think about golf. They're on this category where, to me, they are the difference maker. Like, their teams are good, but when it comes down to it, are they gonna make the plays? So,
yeah. No, good take. My thoughts are pretty much everything y'all said. Of course, with the Washington, Daniels definitely cooked for the rest of the season. That elbow, that looked nasty. You know what I mean? And
I felt bad.
Lucky for him was his throwing elbow, but still, it definitely was nasty. I think he's just skinny, man. I'm sorry to say it. Like, I don't think he can take the hit.
For real.
Yeah, I think bro, he been injured a lot. But Jordan, tell you, he was injured in college, stuff like that too. Like, bro been around. You know what I mean? I think that he's good. He's definitely talented. I'm not saying he's not that. I think the play call would be a little better on that team, of course. And of course they did. They brought in old fat Debo. He ain't helping that much. And then, like you said, they lost Brian Robinson and Scary Terry. He stayed injured too. So you're right. It's a lot wrong with that team and old receivers. So they had all this big lift from last year and a whole letdown this year. And Dan Quinn. Nobody was out there because Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn gonna keep him out to the end of the game. That's how he is. He's a fiery coach who want to keep playing to the end, like he can win. And that probably cost him the rest of the season. And who knows how he's gonna be next season.
Yes, exactly.
And maybe if he don't get back playing well next season, and he might get fired by middle of the season, next season. Like,
right, he want to sit there with his backwards hat. He think he playing Dan Quinn. Like, they having him out there and shit like that. So I just feel like, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. But as far as Seattle's concerned, yeah, it's all about Darnold. Darnold was good last year, but he made a mistake in the playoffs once again. So we just don't know about him. But the rest of the team is good. I think Shaheed gonna help. I think Shaheed gonna help JSN even more because he go over the top. JSN open over the middle a lot. And everybody going for it in the NFC. So I think that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Everybody feel like they got a chance this year. But Darnold is the issue. They do. That's why they're going for it. I'm sorry, bro. Like, everybody, listen. They're like, listen, look, man.
Well, they have to take a long fucking ride first. They need to take a long.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. They look around and say, you know what? We can get the Eagles. Let's make one move. That's what they said. So I'm just saying. All right. But I still think the Rams are better. I think, like I said, because I think Stafford's better than Darnold, and I think Puka and Adams are better than even Shaheed and JSN together. So I'm gonna go with that. And I still like Kyron Williams. But as far as the quarterback turn, I ain't saying he regressed, Toby, but I still think Drake made the best in that class to me.
Oh my gosh. And like that statement too, like, bro, this is way too soon. Like, Daniel just went to the conference finals against the Eagles, and he played good in that game. Like, again, this team cost him what? All right, I'm not even gonna go into that. I'm not even gonna go into
They got punched on.
Yeah, they got punched on. But did you watch the game? Let me see if you guys remember the game at all. In the beginning, I'm pretty sure they 2 wide receiver fumbled. 1 receiver fumbled.
And we
it was
punched
Daniels.
him.
And then listen on Daniels, and then it was on a punt return. That was game over. That was game over, and the momentum was already gone. If Daniels, I think he maybe threw 1 pick. But if you look at his numbers, he played good. It was on the rest of the team.
56-20.
The Eagles defense. I mean, the Eagles offense ended the game early.
The only thing that everybody gonna remember when they see that score.
Okay, but that's not what I'm talking about. You're talking about. I watched the game. Okay, regardless, let me say this. Drake May didn't even get to the conference finals.
I understand that.
To a conference finals. That's my whole point. But he's never did anything Daniel did for him to be better. His team, to me, is better. His team is better. He's not a bad quarterback, but his team is way better. It's probably even better than the team he had last year because their defense is even. He has a defense. He doesn't have to score every single drive. He doesn't have. If he make one mistake, when they play the Steelers, they fumble the ball 5 times. They lost by a touchdown because they have a defense. They clamp. If you don't have that's all I'm gonna say, man.
I got you. I just think that he if you watch Drake May though, he played
good. He has a good team. He's well coached. His team is well coached. He has a good system around him, in my opinion. But Daniels has done more. Tell him to get to a conference finals. Let me see him in the playoffs.
I got you. Okay, that's what we say, Jordan. Jordan, what we saying?
Nah, yeah, I was just saying like let me see Drake May get them to the conference championship in the AFC against Patrick Mahomes and fucking wherever the fuck that is.
Well, they're gonna be an Arrowhead because they're gonna make it to Arrowhead this year for playoffs.
Well, they might have to have them motherfuckers come to New England. They a bitch. Listen, and it keeps January. That's a motherfucker.
All right, let's move on, man. Cardinals. I don't want to talk about this game, but it was last night. But the Cardinals.
I do.
Okay, Cardinals blew out. Well, you know, I was talking about this game from a Cardinals standpoint too of some things, but Cardinals did blow out the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Cowboys continue their roller coaster season. Good game, bad game, bad game. Good game, defense. Go ahead, Jordan. What's your thoughts on the Cardinals and the Cowboys in that game, bro?
So everybody's gonna sit here and say, "Well, the Cowboys are trash because they lost to the Arizona Cardinals at home Monday night, right?" But to be honest, the Cardinals, they showed that shit on the screen. For the Cardinals, had 6 games that they lost by single digits.
Less than 14 points or something like that.
Less than some bullshit. You feel me? This is a team who's played every team well and fought every single team and been in every single game. Now, if you're losing games late, that just means you're not putting it all together. But they ain't a shitty team. They got some players. You know what I'm saying? And they looked the best the last 2 games with Jacoby Brissett. I think they just named Brissett the fuck around the
Yep.
Is that starter for the rest of the year type shit? Or
yeah, I don't know for the rest of the year. It's just
nah, it is. It
is for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
he's the fuck out of there next year.
Yep.
Deuces. So we're gonna see because that defense, the Cowboys been putting up 40. Mm-hmm. They shut that shit down. It was on Dak ass. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really run the ball well like they've been running against every other team. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So the Cardinals really ain't that shitty. They got a quarterback that's settling them down, not making mistakes, and getting to their best wide receiver, their best fucking player on offense.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Now, about time you showed the fuck up. Now you're from Ohio State, Nick. You was looking real shaky a little bit.
But he did cook Deron Bland, bro. That shit was crazy.
I told you almost.
Real nice.
Yeah.
Real nice. But you see, Dallas has made some moves. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. But the Cardinals, man, they gonna have to get shit. They wasn't maybe gonna trade Kyler Murray today, right? I don't know, but he out of there next year. He getting traded for sure.
He should, though.
If you coming back from I don't understand that.
Well, they try to say he's still hurt or whatever like that, but I don't know.
They said even if he's healthy, the Gannon said he's gone. He liked what the offense is doing right now, so he didn't make any changes.
Yeah, so he's out of there. He's gonna be a Jet. Watch. I'm telling you.
Toby, why don't you go this time, man, on the Cardinals and Cowboys?
I kind of, you know, agree with Jordan on the Cardinals point when they're playing like close game. They play a lot of close games. They showed that they've been competitive. I remember the one loss they had to Tennessee though. That was embarrassing. That was a disgusting loss. But
they played like Green Bay. Well, they played.
They're a tough team.
Well,
but when I look at this game, I still think Dallas is trash. Dallas is indeed trash. They're not a threat to the Eagles. They're not a threat to anybody. They're done. Jerry needs to retire. They traded away Parsons. They still suck. They made some trades today though at the deadline. They got the D tackle. We'll see what goes on, but I just don't believe in this team. I just don't believe in this team. Their defense, I don't believe their defense is going to be good enough. Dak could play great. He could play as great as he wants. When it comes to the playoffs, if they make it, I still don't believe in Dak. I don't believe he's going to make the throw to win the game. I don't believe he's going to be clutch when it matters. Dak has to, he has to show it to me. The Cardinals, they've been, they clamped. Honestly, I was surprised about that. I was surprised that the Cardinals locked up that offense the way they did and held them down and held them in check. That was impressive for them. So, maybe things might flip their way. That division is crazy. I feel like all those teams are solid. They could beat anybody on any given, Sunday. Brissett is playing good. He's playing like a veteran. Marvin Harrison looking better with him. McBride looking better with him. And I didn't even know he was going to take Kyler's job, but we'll see what happens. I'm surprised by that news, but we'll see what happens. With them, but they're going in the right direction. The Cowboys are still looking mediocre. They're not looking like they're anywhere close to like the Super Bowl, like that, and that's what it's supposed to be. Like when I watched that doc, I'm thinking this is what they're about. Jerry was about winning, and they ain't win since what 95 or something like
96,
that.
96, yeah.
96. That's Jerry. You're cooked. You're cooked. You need to give it up.
This was not one of them 10 teams
coming in.
No.
Who the Cowboys?
They had no shot coming in.
I mean, but that should be their goal. They need to be looking better. They don't look like they're taking that step.
About what we thought they were going to look like, average.
That's what I said. I think we'll make the playoffs.
That's why Jerry got to go.
And a little bit below average sometimes.
Yeah. To meet it. Well, I'll let Darryl go ahead, Darryl. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with the Cowboys. Like, as long as I've been alive, well, for the most part, Cowboys been the Cowboys. Like, they won a chip when I was 93 when I was born, but I don't know. I don't remember none of that shit. I remember from early 2000 on them just being just trash. So, really, it's just with them. Like Jordan said, they've been scoring a lot, but that was against bad defenses. Every time they played a good or great defense, we've seen what they've shown yesterday. As far as just not being able to do what they usually do. I saw the moves that they made this today, but I don't think that's going to make a difference. It's going to help out with the running game and things like that. But just overall, I think there needs to be more. These moves today is not going to move the needle for them. They're going to get the headlines and everything. Like Jerry Jones, he was talking about how he got a trade coming up. Everyone, I think he was talking about the Quentin Williams trade, but the first thing that came out was that trade for the Broncos, not the Broncos, the Bengals linebacker, and then the news for Williams came in. But I don't think any of those moves will make a difference for them. They still like just a 500 team that's going to maybe make the playoffs, but lose if they do lose wild card weekend, and that's really just the limit for them. Just who they getting it. They got the quarterback for the next however many years, got the number one receiver. Not sure they're gonna able to meet GP's what he's gonna be asking for in the off season. So this is gonna be just the same old Cowboys. I don't see any change for the foreseeable future for them. But for the Cardinals, I like the fight that they show. They're at the bottom tier of their division, but this is one of the tough divisions in the league. And they played some tough teams as well. They would have won easy games against like I think they played the Saints. They got the win against the Saints and another weak team early in the year. But they played some tough teams and played them tough too. Just end up just not falling short. And I like the decision going with Brissett moving forward. It was a little eye opening just seeing a new quarterback with Marvin Harrison. They showed a stat where he never had more than 3 targets on the opening drive. And that's crazy, especially for a number one receiver. Well, so game planning all week for the first 15 plays to not have that happen through his whole career is crazy. Like, I don't know if it's just a thing where Kyler can't see past the line or just I don't know what it is, but the Jacoby, the veteran, staying in the pocket, trusting the line, trusting the play, reading and reacting. He had no problem getting the ball to Marvin Harrison, and he'll show what he can do once he gets the ball. Still got McBride there as well. I think they still in a rebuilding. Well, obviously now since they going to have a different quarterback, but they stay in the whole rebuilding phase. But even during this phase, they're showing fight. They got the nucleus to be a good team. But I think I like Dan Gannon. I like the energy and the especially on the defensive side, what he's able to bring. But yeah, they got to make it. I mean, it might have been tough moving Kyler's contract today, but I feel like that's going to be the first thing they do in the offseason is find a way to move off of that, get some picks, or just free up that salary to start their rebuilding phase.
Well, the Cowboys, I never thought this season they had a chance. I thought they regressed from even 2 seasons ago. The offense gonna have some good games, but some bad games. I think, well, first of all, I think they've been cursed ever since Jerry fired Jerry Jones. I mean, Jerry, what you call it, the winning Super Bowl. So I think they've been cursed since then. I think, for no reason. I think that Dak is Dak, man, and he's still the highest paid quarterback in the league. So that's a problem. They're gonna always not be mediocre because you're paying a mediocre quarterback like he's a Patrick Mahomes or somebody like that. So it's bad for them. I don't know how many years he got left. I think he got 2 years, 3 years left. But at this point, man, he's the issue. CeeDee Lamb is one of the highest paid receivers. So you got all this money in the offense, but you ain't winning nothing. I think what happened was he made the trade for Williams before the game. So the trade was already done before the Cardinals game. But the issue was once you lost that Cardinals game, the season's over. So the trade was no point because now they got no chance in making the playoffs at this point because they got the tie gonna fuck them up too. I guess for next year, I guess we could say, but yeah, I mean, I think Jerry was hyped thinking that trade might help him this year, but this season's already over. So they got 3 wins. It's a bunch of teams with already 6 wins or more in NFC. So I just think it's a wrap for them.
I don't want to see him twice a year.
What happened?
I don't want to see that kid twice a year.
I know, but I'm saying for them as far as like the Cowboys in contention or remember for playoffs, it's over for that. With the Cardinals, it's over for them too. But with the Cardinals, though, I like Brissett. Brissett, the problem with them is that we figured out Kyler not the answer. Brissett, he old, not old, but he's a 10-year vet. He ain't the answer, obviously. So they got to get a quarterback next year. When they get rid of Kyler, I would try to trade for Shador if I was them. That's what I would do. And then try to go with him because I don't know if anybody in the draft.
I would have traded for Shador.
I'm saying for them, where they drafting that? I don't know if it's enough QBs in the draft class for what the draft class ain't that great with QBs anyway, and for where they're gonna draft that, I don't see it. So if I was them,
the sad part is they're gonna have to unload him for picks. They're not gonna get a quarterback. They're gonna have to draft him.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no.
If you draft some mid-round rookie, he's gonna be not just as bad, but back to Marvin Harrison gonna be not good again because he's gonna be having a mid-round rookie and shit like that. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be like a forever rebuild with them, basically, shit like that. So, but good game. They'll be tough in that division. Ultimately, like the 3 teams ahead of them are just way too much, way too good. Niners, Seahawks. And Rams, and the key is they all got better coaches. That's the issue too. Arizona got the worst coach in the whole division. I think it's gonna always be a problem for them. But yeah, Dallas is cooked. And I guess we'll see. They'll try again next year. I mean, they did find Javonte, who could be good for them for years to come. Quinn could be good for them moving forward. He's only 27 years old, so they're gonna have some pieces. But this year, yes, right. So we'll see. Next up, Bills over the Chiefs, man. I think we all had the Chiefs in our pick'ems, man. And for Bills make a statement victory, pretty much almost blow out the Chiefs, man. So yeah, so you start, man. That's how we thoughts on that game.
Yo, I'm mad that I picked the Chiefs because I picked the Bills initially because I've seen the record that during the regular season, I think Josh Allen has a winning record. I think he's like 4-1 against Mahomes.
5-1 now.
5-1 now, and it was home. So I was like, let me pick the Bills. But then I was like, nah, I don't want to go. Everybody picked the Chiefs. I was like, nah, I gotta stay in the pack if they lose this game. So I picked it. I ended up picking the Chiefs, and they ended up losing, and that could have helped me, separate myself into pick 'em. But definitely a good W. Their defense, I feel like their defense stepped up. I think Patrick Mahomes threw under 50%. I think it's like his first time in his career that he threw under 50%. So their defense stepped up. Josh Allen, he did his thing. James Cook did his thing. I'm not going to put too much into this game though, because I'm going to focus on the Chiefs because I think Mike might talk about this, how he thinks their season is over and this, that, and the third. Well, they're still, I think, 5-4. They can, definitely still come back and make some noise and still win. It's not like they lost to some bum. They lost to the Bills. The Bills is at home. Josh Allen has a good record against Mahomes in the regular season, but in the playoffs, Mahomes dominates. So all Mahomes got to do is get to the playoffs. But on the Bills, they play good. James Cook, he killed. Dalton Kincaid, he killed. They had a good sounding win, but I'm not going to put too much. I'm not going to be like, oh, the Chiefs, season are done. Just a good win for the Bills to, help them keep them afloat. And I think the Chiefs are still possibly the number one threat in the AFC.
Wow. Okay. Jordan, your thoughts on that, on the Bills and Chiefs, man?
I mean, yeah. It was a good game, right? The Bills defense played well. You know what I'm saying? They stepped up. You feel me? They was on Mahomes. You get what I'm saying? Didn't have that great of a game. Right. These are just the two heavyweight teams. You feel me? Like, I know the Bills haven't been to the Super Bowl, but they've been contending in the AFC for the last 5 years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, right, they had the home field advantage. I still think that if it were a playoff game, whether it was in Kansas City or in Buffalo, I think that's when you get, your best Kansas City Chiefs at the end of the day. In my opinion.
I agree with that.
Yeah, do I still think that they're done for? No. Does this loss hurt them, make the season a little bit more tougher for them? Yes. Do I think that they'll still obviously make it to the playoffs? Of course. Do I think the Bills are one of the best teams in the AFC? I think they're top 3 team in the AFC so far this season. And they've had a little bit of inconsistency, but they still don't have a number 1 wide receiver. So, I don't know how that's going to bode well for them. But if their defense can play like that against everybody, then they are the number 1 threat in the AFC, 100%.
Daryl, your thoughts on Bills and Chiefs, man?
Yeah, I agree with what everybody said. I'm not taking first of all, good win from the Bills, took care of business at home, but I'm not taking anything from this game because we've seen this before, like what y'all said with their regular season record. Really, this was almost a must win for the Bills because of their division. The Packers leading it, got to stay in pace with them. Not too much for much win for the Chiefs because I feel like again, just that they can just go on a crazy winning streak to either keep themselves in the consent for the wild card or even win their division. So not putting too much on both of these teams. And really for the Bills, I'm not seeing anything different from years past, like as far as their hopes or their what I think they're going to do to win the chip. I think there's this the same story that's going to happen. Like, yeah, they get this win over Mahomes during the regular season, but when rubber meets the road, but Mahomes, Lamar, whoever, they're gonna look at. I'm sorry, Allen, Lamar, whoever, they're gonna look at Mahomes as like how the players looked at Michael Jordan back in the day, like that black cat roaming around. They know what's gonna happen as soon as they see, as soon as December, January hits, they know what's gonna happen when they see him. So until that changes, where I see something that's gonna make me think that something different, I'm not taking anything away from this. I think Chiefs are still in a good spot. I don't think they have the bye this week. I think or I'm not sure when their bye is, but they got a few division games coming up. They're going to put themselves in the contention to win a division, or just put themselves in a good position to have an easy win for wild card and go on from there. But other than that, just a great win for the Bills, but nothing we haven't seen from them previously. It only depends on what happens when they meet them come playoff time.
Yeah, Toby, I think they cook, man. I think. Now, here's what I think. I think 5-4 at this point in the season is hard. I think the division, they got the Broncos ahead of them, and they got the Chargers ahead of them. They got to beat the Broncos both times, which is gonna be real hard. Broncos defense is tough on all, like the whole defense, front seven and the back seven. I mean, and the back four.
But their offense is limited.
Offense, but Bo Nix be slinging a little bit though. You know what I mean? So, to beat them twice though gonna be tough. I think the Chargers, it might be easier game now. I guess we'll see. But to get in the playoffs, what I win division gonna be real hard. There's a lot of teams in the AFC, man. It's ahead of them right now. I think they're in the 8th or 9th place right now. Like I don't know, man. Like the Colts are good now. Of course, you got the those teams we just named, the Jags, Steelers, and look, right now they're ahead of Baltimore, but Baltimore got an easier schedule. So I don't know, man. We're gonna see. But
as far as like their wild card competition, it's just the Bills, Ravens, and them. Basically, I don't believe in the Jags. I don't believe in the Chargers. So they're in a good spot for the wild card, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. And then we got but if they get in though, they are dangerous always, but they're gonna be on the road all 3 games. That's not. I mean, I think they did it a couple years ago, so they definitely can be done. Yeah. But won't be no Arrowhead games this year. I don't see it. But so it might not be cooked, but it's getting a little warm. I'll put it like that. With the Bills though, you're right though, Jordan. Like it's like smoke and mirrors, man. With our number one receiver, every game somebody else lead different in the team in receptions. Like you never know what's going to be. You know, James Cook pretty consistent, but they still deliver. Defense got to be solid. I'm surprised they didn't trade for number one receiver this year, but they did not.
Except for maybe Olave. There was no one else to really go get.
Yeah, that's true.
Got Shaheed.
Or Jaden Waddle, but they're not going to trade in their own division.
They could got Shaheed though, you know what I mean, or something like that. So I don't know, but they also try to get it done on the back of Josh Allen. Their problem is, you know, the Patriots are back and they're good, so you know they got issues over there. But either way, good game, always a good game between them. Like I said in the chat, man, Josh 0-4 in the playoffs. So whatever he do here, it really don't matter at this point because 0-4 is crazy in the playoffs against one person. So you know, we'll see what's going on with that.
That one loss where the defense just completely folded.
13-second joint?
Yeah, that was.
That was
nope.
That was crazy.
It wasn't on him.
A movie out of that last drive.
Yeah, that shit was something.
Well, anyway, enough with these other teams, man. Let's talk about these mighty Steelers, man. The prop is back. We can't do it. Whatnot. There's that commemorative towel somewhere right there. Like that. But anyway, so yeah. We beat the number one team in the whole NFL. The team with the best record, had the best offense many years. But of course, come to us, they hold them L's, man. So, Darryl, what's your thoughts on the Steelers Colts, man?
First and foremost, it's always good to take care of business. I'm gonna start there. So, again, I had my doubts, I had reasons for my doubts, especially for this defense and the performance that they put out there last few weeks. So, coming to this game, especially going against the number one team, in my opinion, the front runner for the MVP, I had my doubts, and they proved me wrong. I'm gonna start with the Steelers side. The game started out how I thought it was going to be. The first drive, Colts scored a touchdown. We get the ball. I think it was a 3 and out. Then we get the ball back to the Colts, and the defense, they kept not getting off the field on third down. Like I said, I put in the chat that third down they actually got to stop. I'm thinking, oh shit, this might be got something here. But as soon as I look back up, they go for a fake punt on fourth down and keep the drive running. So I'm like, all right, it's gonna be another long day. But eventually they settled in. I'm not sure if it was the 05 Super Bowl team reunion where they may have talked to the team or what. But this defense, they shown what I thought they were going to be as far as the whole team really playing complimentary football eventually after that first quarter. Taking away from the ball. Daniel Jones, 3 interceptions. And also holding Jonathan Taylor to 45 yards. I didn't see that happening. You gotta take out something. But once I think we sold out on the run. That's why two receivers had 115 yards. Didn't like seeing that. Most of the yards came on third and fourth down, which was annoying. But overall, they took care of the took away the football. TJ Watt, I think he got the first turnover, and I love our young pass rushers. Nick Herbig, Jack Sawyer, rookie year, he's coming in making plays. Shout out Ohio State. But yeah, I just like like what I see from the young guys. Joey Porter Jr. He has some bad penalties, but he started to settle in. He had not the game clinching interception at the end. I like I like Ramsey playing safety because I saw a few plays where if Joey Porter Jr. If he can just rely on his talents, being just a bigger, quicker corner and not really playing so handsy, this can work out because he can play the number one receiver and have Jalen Ramsey with safety help over the top. I like what I saw with that. Again, it still had two receivers over 115 yards, but when in those closer to like in the second half at the end of the game, where I really saw that those two really stopping and shutting things down. So I like what I saw from that. Like what I saw from the offense too. Early wasn't too pretty in the early on. Darnell Washington, he dropped a touchdown for a beautiful pass from Rodgers. That muff punt, we should have scored a touchdown on that. That's when he dropped that touchdown. So we didn't score points like I thought we would in the beginning to make this game more further away. But in reality, all three phases it really settled down after like really the second quarter, and we took control of the game for the most part. I didn't see that happening. I thought we were going to be playing from behind and hopefully have for a miracle. But I like what I saw. But this defense especially show flashes, but I'm tired of seeing flashes. I want to see consistency for week in and week out. I'm tired of seeing one week good week here and there, and then a few bad weeks. So if we can just focus on being consistent as far as playing complementary football, I'm not talking about like 5 turnovers every game, but getting off the field, possibly getting turnovers here and there, getting the ball to the offense putting a ball into the end zone. That's what we need to be if we want to be a true contender moving forward. And the Colts, I mean, they would do for a loss. It was just crazy seeing Jonathan Taylor only 45 yards rushing, but again, they had 2 receivers over at 115. I still think they're in a good spot for contending in the AFC. They had not too much threats in the division. The Jags, I mean, they're 5-3, I think, but I don't really think they can compete with the Colts when it comes down to it. So they're even with this loss, they're still in a good spot, but definitely like what I saw from my boys.
Toby, your thoughts on our boys, man? You can wait, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm not going to put too much into this game. You know, I'm happy for the W. At the end of the day, I'm always going to take the W. We need those. That's why I should have picked them, because my initial reason for wanting to pick them wasn't because of what I was seeing. I just was like, I think we lost like 2 or 3 straight games. I'm like, we can't keep losing games. Like, we're going to have to eventually turn around. And the way it happened, I was definitely surprised. The Colts, they were due for a loss. Daniel Jones had a flashback game. They wanted to throw the ball more this game instead of running. I think we handled Jonathan Taylor. The defense was surprisingly good this game, out of nowhere. But this team overall is inconsistent, and that's why I can't put too much into this game, because this game we played amazing football, but next week we won't do the same. Our defense, when we get turnovers, we win, but we don't consistently get turnovers, and sometimes you just have to be the defense that just gets them off the field on third down, which we don't do a lot. But we did it this week. Daniel Jones, 3 picks and 2 forced fumbles. TJ Watt, I remember he had the first one. That was good to see from TJ. Hopefully we could keep it up. I think I heard earlier, during the game, that they simplified the playbook, the defensive playbook, and maybe that made a difference. I mean, so far what I've been seeing, the performances from this defense have been terrible. So for me to believe, I think we play the Chargers next. I got to see what we do against the Chargers. If it's the same thing, then we're back to square one again, where we don't believe, in this defense. And I believe in Aaron Rodgers. I believe Aaron Rodgers can make plays. I believe we were supposed to add another receiver to this team to help him out. But since we didn't do that, our defense is going to need to step up. We cannot be having a defense that gives up 30 points easily. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be better defensively. And we can see where we could go. Hopefully we still win this division, because the head start that we had to now win this division would be embarrassing.
Jordan, look at your face. Go ahead, Jordan. Your thoughts, man.
Well, the reason why I thought that the Steelers could beat them is because of the fact that the way that they had been playing and the way that the Colts were on a roll going into Pittsburgh, having to play a team that just kind of got their ass kicked a little bit to an extent. You get what I'm saying? It was kind of like a gut check a little bit for them. So they had to really gut check the Colts. You get what I'm saying? It was almost like, they put their whole when them boys was hitting, it probably looked like them boys was fucking hitting. You know what I'm saying? The defense. You know what I'm saying? So making it known like, nah, this really Steeler ball. You get what I'm saying? So that's when niggas got to get back to. Like, so I mean, the Colts was still nice. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good win for the Steelers. You feel what I'm saying? Defense showed what they need to do. I don't know what y'all gonna do about the receivers situation. I don't know. You get what I'm
I would
saying?
also he made some plays, but you still need another guy. Because I mean, DK they focus on DK. They took him out of the game. He only had like 6 yards, so I agree.
So, but other than that, they know how it's supposed to go, especially in the pickers.
To me, I wish the running backs were better, but besides that, though, the defense. I heard Ramsey gave a speech to the defense, kind of fired him up a little bit. You know what I mean? He was tired of what was going on, so I think that was pretty good. Hopefully, they did make some more defensive adjustments. The key will always be for them the defense, for the Steelers football, and then let Rodgers make some plays. Now for the Colts, man, yeah, like Taylor is not MVP favorite no more after that game he's had. So I think that's done. And the Colts are just like the kind of the Seahawks. They're gonna go as far as Jones, Danny Tatum. Like they got a good all around team on both sides of the ball. They just made a trade for Sauce today. We'll see how that goes. But again, can Danny win playoff games? That's going to be what it boils down to them. Like as the Colts in the AFC, can they beat Buffalo, Baltimore, KC, teams like that, when the playoff time comes? And that's gonna be the key. But the trade for Sauce for them is saying we think we can go to the Super Bowl this year, So especially if you do something like that. So they definitely believe in Danny. For us though, yeah, that one was good, man. To keep a good cushion on the division. I think we could beat the Chargers, especially with Joe out and other offensive linemen missing out for the year. So that's going to be our pass rush should get there. And when Herbert get rushed, he has problems. So that should be good. We got another win. We really should be a nice cushion for the division. So, yeah, to me, I thought I was going to lose. I had Colts. But with that win, kind of changed my perspective a little bit. And, I know we're gonna always have pride, so have we keep going out like that, especially on the defensive side of the ball, man. So
that's crazy that you ain't rock the squad
now. None of us did.
That's crazy. I
had Packers going to. I mean, yeah, Packers going to Super Bowl. I had Colts as the number one team, so
I picked them the week they lost to the Packers. So that's why I changed my mind last minute. I initially picked the Steelers, but I was like, last time I picked them, they lost. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Don't matter. Denver. I picked Philly. They lost. Came back. Who they had? We had after that?
Giants. They lost again.
They lost again. Fuck, bro.
You coming off a chip. We still dealing with
inconsistency. You got that on your side. You got the chip on your side. That chip factor means a lot.
That is true, fellas.
Moving forward, the Eagles ain't playing this week. What's up on the Eagles? Panthers. They beat the Packers. Panthers. They got a surprise when the Panthers were 14-point underdogs. One of the biggest underdogs actually won the game and actually won the game at the end there. So, Vegas made some money off that game for sure. But they get surprised when. See what happened with the Packers. Darryl, back to you. What's your thoughts on the Panthers Packers, man?
As I was watching this game unfold, like I was looking back, like this is a perfect recipe for an inconsistent team to have a letdown game. Like last week, it was a high emotional game going against Rodgers. Next week, they got to go against the Eagles, Monday Night Football. So this week going against the Panthers at home, it's easy to have a letdown game. But that's what I think about the Packers. Like they're just not a consistent because true contenders win games like this. Even if they lose, they perform better than what they did, especially with the talent they have on the offensive side and what they did the past few weeks on the offensive side. I know they lost Tucker Kraft at some point in the game, but still with those receiving cores and Jordan Love, I definitely thought they would have took care of business, but really it brought me back to what I think really about the team. Just their just lack of consistency is going to be their downfall. There's no reason why they should have lost this game. I know the Panthers, they're they're better than a lot of people thought they would be this year, especially at this point. They showed fight, like I said, with just like the Cardinals with a few teams or a few games so far. But there's no excuse not to win this game. Jordan Love, he had the interception, no touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, he had a decent game, but overall, there's no excuse. Like Rico Dowdle still continuing his run, going crazy. Yeah, I'm struggling to find a reason why the Packers lost other than just have this being a letdown game with what they went through last week and what they looking forward ahead. But shout out to the Panthers on the road taking care of business. Bryce Young even barely 100 yards, but did what he needed to do to carry the ball. Other than one pick, did what he needed to do to win. That's what he's been doing all year. I mean, 5 wins. Credit to him.
Man, Bryce trash. We'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm giving him respect. I mean, 5 wins.
He had 97 yards and a pick. Come on, man. Stop this.
I get it. But hey, he was starting quarterback and then they won on the road. So
right.
Gotta give him credit. But my biggest takeaway is actually this confirming. I'm not going to change my Super Bowl pick now. I mean, but just the way the Packers looking, I feel like the Seahawks, they can beat them come playoff time, even with Darnold not being sure. I think the Buccaneers can beat them, like the Eagles can beat them. So just disappointed what I thought the Packers want to be. And this game was an example of that, for real, in my opinion.
They won't get beat next week.
Well, speaking of, go ahead, Jordan. Your thoughts on the Packers, Panthers?
Yeah, we'll beat next week. For sure.
Go ahead. We're talking about the Panthers and Packers, man.
But man, listen. When somebody had said, I was talking to my mans,
right?
And we was talking about the game and shit. I'm like, yo, the spread is too high on that shit. Plus 13.5. I'm like, nah. They done lost to Green Bay. They done lost to Cleveland already this year. They could lose the game. Carolina ain't bad. Carolina play defense and they run the ball. That's the recipe for a win.
Yeah.
He turn that ball over and he ain't doing no stupid shit. That's how they win the games. Their defense ain't bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
And Dowdle is looking like a beast right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, shit, yeah. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Bring your heart. They ain't bring the hard hat. I don't know what the fuck happened. Defense travels. They ain't really play. I mean, they ain't light it up. Carolina ain't light it up. And they ain't never going to line it up on you.
No.
He can't see over the line.
Right. That's the problem.
So, shit, you see him, his drop back. You don't see, motherfuckers don't do 7 steps, 8. That pussy drop back. 8, 9 steps. That's why the ball gets him. Like, you get what I'm saying? He dropped back far and shit. Like,
he got to.
God damn, nigga. Like,
that's why when you take a sack, you lose so many fucking yards.
That's why, shit, where the fuck you going? Like,
they go to the locker room and shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just like, but, right, I said this about Green Bay. They not on our level. They not, like, they too inconsistent. Jordan Love is too inconsistent. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know what it is about him. But I said this even after, like, I said, okay, when they lost to Cleveland, I'm like, man, a little bit of track game. Cleveland ain't bad on defense. It's a game that I could see. Like, when they got a team that can match what they can match from a physicality standpoint, it's the other shit. So, like, on offense, right, when you say they don't got a number one receiver, right, because you don't got somebody who just throw it out there to make plays. So you got to go out there and create shit as a coach, as an offense. And sometimes when physicality meets physicality, that shit can get shut the fuck down. Because you don't have a guy who can maneuver out of all that shit that they trying to do. You just throw it to him, boom, and make a play, going to the crib, tutty. You know what I'm saying? They got that guy in Josh Jacobs, but running the ball is almost so much you can fucking do. So, like, you know, I can see how not having a number one wide receiver in that type of game they could lose them the game that way. You know what I'm saying? To an extent. But you got to give credit to Carolina because Carolina had a scheme. They played them well. They knew what to do. They met them in physicality. And when you think you about to fucking come in here and fucking push us around, and you get pushed the fuck around, then you start fucking thinking like, oh, they came to fucking play. Like, yeah. So I feel like that's what happened. They let their guard down a little bit and they got smacked in the mouth. And once they realized they was getting smacked in the mouth, it was too fucking late. You feel me? Field goal, game, over. That's how that shit go. Like, you're in the middle of the game, you getting fucked up. Like, yo, like, we ain't think they was about to do this. No, and now it's too late.
So, your thoughts on the Panthers and Packers, bro?
Surprising result. Didn't see that coming. The Steelers just had Jordan Love looking like Joe Montana the week before. I remember he completed like 20 passes in a row at one point. It was ridiculous. This game told me a lot about the Steelers. And then the Panthers, their defense is serious. I mean, their defense is obviously better than ours because Jordan Love, he scored 13 points. He's looking like Joe Montana last week, and then looking like, I don't even know, like a backup quarterback this week. He wasn't looking himself. But then when you look at the Cowboys, I mean, you look at the Packers, they drew to the Cowboys. That's a bad result. Because to me, I think the Cowboys are trash. They should be beating the Cowboys. And then they also lost to the Browns. And that loss was similar to this loss. The quarterback on the other team didn't have to do much, but the defense on the other team stepped up. So I think the Packers are on fraud watch, bro. I never thought there was going to be a threat this season. I wasn't the biggest Jordan Love fan. I remember they said something about, I think Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, when they turned 27, like I think Jordan Love either turned 27, he was about to turn 27, they won their first Super Bowl. I don't think that's going to happen. He's not Brett Favre. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's a good young quarterback, but he's not there yet. I don't know who their number one receiver is. Maybe that's something that's hurting them. They have a bunch of, guys that are decent, but, I don't know who the number one is. They have
Tucker Kraft, but
thank you for bringing that up. Tucker Kraft. Oh my goodness, I had him in my fantasy too. Man, that was brutal. He's out for the season after like killing. He was having a great season. And that was their number one option for him. So now they don't have no number one option. They just got a bunch of guys, and they're gonna try to replicate that with the backup tight end. But I'm not sure it's gonna be enough. They're too inconsistent for me. So that division, I believe, is what the Bears. They're probably better than the Bears, but the Lions, they're definitely not better than the Lions. I never thought they could beat the Eagles. So right now that was a overall bad loss. Shout out to the Panthers though. They got a lot of good W's this year. Like, this is the best the Panthers have looked in the regular season in years. So, shout out to them. And the thing is, it has really not that much to do with the quarterback, because he's playing okay, but he's not playing, I think it was a first round pick, number one pick. No, he wasn't the number one pick, but he's their first round pick. He's supposed to be their franchise quarterback, but he's not looking like it. And the defense and the running game, that can win you a lot of games, and that's what they're doing right now. So they're well coached, and good W for them.
Yeah, man. I agree with everything everybody said about both teams. The Packers should be better. They brought in Micah, and it's to be a Super Bowl contender. The receiver they drafted, Matthew Golden, that was supposed to be the first time they ever drafted a receiver in the first round in like 20 years. They never did it for Rodgers ever. And they did that. They supposed to have Watson came back or whatever. So it should be better with the receiving core. To me, it is definitely Jordan Love, man. It's like, I think he got up for that game. He wanted to beat Rodgers so bad. He had a 4-touchdown game, but then you got to play good all the time. And he's just so inconsistent. I don't know if I trust him to go through 3-4 playoff games and win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I think that he's so athletic to me. I hate that he don't run. Like, I hate that he don't use his legs more to make plays. Like, and that bothers me a little bit with him. He should be doing it more. So I know LaFleur is a good play caller, but I think they I don't know, man. Games like this, they definitely was let down. And then if they lose next week, that's 2 in a row. Now you're looking bad. You know what I mean? So this was a great chance for them because Detroit lost. We'll talk about next. To kind of like get a hold of the division, and they did not. So it was just kind of a weird weekend for both teams. With the Panthers, I don't know what they're gonna do, man. Bryce is not it in year 3. So I mean, I know he won the game or whatever with his 95 yards, whatever it was, but he's just not it. So I don't know what they. I mean, are they gonna pay Bryce Young? You know what I mean? Since Rick contract gonna be up. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't. But Dowdle is good. T Mac gonna be good there for a while. I just don't know if I can say, all right, I'm going to now make Bryce Young our franchise guy for the next 4 years and give him a nice little contract. To me, I would learn from Miami, like how Miami paid Tua, and not pay Bryce, whatever, and say, listen, you've been all right for us, but we want to give you $200 million and then be stuck with you, like Miami is with Tua, in my opinion. He's small too, so they both got small issues. Not as small as Bryce, but he's small too. And Kyler too. There's two cautionary tales. Kyler got paid, and Tua got paid. So I'm the Panthers. Don't let all these little wins like fool you, whatever like that. Like you're not it.
Who's better out the 3?
Out of those 3,
Yeah,
man, not Bryce. I probably would say Kyler. Honestly,
yeah.
What do you think, Jordan?
Kyler, Bryce, and who?
And Tua.
Kyler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think Tua is the most accurate when everything is like perfect, but he also makes too many mistakes. So I'm gonna go with Kyler on that. Not Bryce. Bryce the third. Anyway, Vikings though I talked about that they get the win over the Lions and another unexpected win from a division. JJ, Michigan owned JJ who came back envisioning his wins versus Ohio State and get the win over the Lions or whatever. But anyway, they did get the win. You know, I guess they're staying alive in the division. I guess we'll see. You know, got rid of old boy Carson Wentz now. What's your thoughts on that? Toby, I'll start with you. Vikings over Lions.
That was a surprising result. I think I'll touch on the Vikings real quick. Their defense stepped up. I feel like they played good. They stopped that running game that the Lions, rely on. And they said Jared Goff beat me, and I think he played a okay game. It wasn't nothing spectacular, but they lost by 3, and I think they turned over the ball on downs one time, and I also remember the fumble by David Montgomery, and that basically led to a touchdown on that drive. I think JJ played okay, nothing crazy. He didn't make too many mistakes, and he made a clutch pass to secure the game at the end of the game. Really, when you think about the Lions, I feel like they lost a game 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but they're another team that's looking to me inconsistent. They're another team, losing to the Vikings, I believe, at home. I believe they were. When I think about these teams, I'm like, this is why I said the Eagles are going to go back, because I don't believe in these quarterbacks. The Lions have a great team, but I don't believe they have the quarterback, and they're not consistent, and their coaching is honestly questionable at times. They take too many risks unnecessarily, and that always comes back to bite them. But definitely a good W for the Vikings, for JJ. Hopefully that gives him confidence to be better going forward. Secure that job and look like. Hopefully he looks better than Carson Wentz going forward. But the Lions, I mean, that division. You got them, and you got the Packers. 2 of the top teams in that division that are looking inconsistent. Bad losses for both, so we'll see.
Dow, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, for me, I feel like that Brian Flores defense came alive after I don't know what happened for them the past few weeks, but definitely just the defense they that made themselves felt in this game. And JJ back in Michigan, I saw the stat like I don't think he's ever lost. I'm not sure about that, but his record is great in the state of Michigan. So really this loss, I mean, especially for the Lions, we're not seeing that dominant Lions we saw past couple of years, like when they're winning like 12, 13 games for the season. The Packers tie and this week's loss is definitely helping them. But really, a game like this where you feel like you're expected, especially at home, you're expected to win against a rookie, basically a rookie quarterback. Just not like not happy with what I saw. Again, definitely just like the Packers game this week, it just changes my outlook on what they're capable of going. This kind of changes my NFC tier as far as having just maybe the Eagles, the Seahawks, and maybe the Bucks, and the Rams too, in that top tier. And I had the Lions and Packers at a lot throughout the year, but what I've seen from them currently, and just not looking good. Yeah, of course they're gonna fight for their division. They got a tough division. Worst case scenario, Lions are gonna get the wild card, but based on what I'm seeing and based on what I'm seeing for a couple other teams in the NFC, yeah, I don't see them getting to the conference ship and taking that next step. Good win for the Vikings. Good to get their young quarterback more experience, especially against a division foe. Still not crazy. I don't think they had that connection with him and Jettas is there what they want it to be yet. They still, I mean, obviously he has to play for that to happen, but good win, overall win for them. Just all three phases for that team. Definitely a disappointment when loss for the Lions.
Yeah, I still think the Lions going to division. The Packers' schedule don't look great to me. I don't trust the Packers either. Yeah, the Lions are disappointing. I I'll get back to you, Jordan. Lions definitely disappointing to me overall, but I'm not. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they definitely blitzed Golf a lot in that game. When Golf got a lot of pressure, he definitely cracked a little bit. I like Dan Campbell, and they were coming off a bye too. So that's a bad loss to me a little bit, but and again, Packers lost, so they lost a great moment to seize control of that division. I still think the Lions can be. Lions are like front runners, though. You know what I mean? When they on, they blow you out, and then when it's a tough game, they kind of like in there a little bit. So you never know with them. But with the Vikings, though, good win for them, man. No good for them. Jordan, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good game. The Lions really couldn't run the ball as well as they, are accustomed to doing against Minnesota, and then they pressured Goff a lot. And I think they, pretty much held them in check from a big play perspective, not being able to get the splash plays that they usually get, big explosives, made them kind of, manage their way down the field and pressured them on third down so they could get off the field. I watched that game. I had that game on. I watched Red Zone. And McCarthy played relatively well. I mean, they were able to run the ball really good against Detroit. They didn't make him do too much. It was simple. And I think that hindsight is obviously 2020. So when you look from it now, would they be in this position if they had Sam Darnold right now? Probably not. But they're not in a terrible position. That division is it's not up for grabs. The Lions are still going to win that division. But the Vikings, we never know. If they can get comparable QB play from him, the Vikings can make a wild card run. Maybe.
To me, the plan for JJ to get better and better and better and get confident and coming next year for the Vikings.
They should have kept Darnold, bro. Should have kept Darnold.
I mean, you say that now.
No.
Well, because they have a team to where it's all a quarterback needs. You know what I'm saying?
With Darnold, last year it was decent. I'm pretty sure they made the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
They made the playoffs. Yeah. And then you already know what you got with Darnold. So now we're gonna take a chance with JJ. I already know right now, Darnold is better than JJ. So JJ is gonna have to work to get better. We got to see more from him. With Darnold, I already know what I got. Him and Jefferson. Jefferson was better with Darnold. Even so far, Jefferson this year was better last year. They had two different quarterbacks. It didn't matter. They both wasn't better than Darnold, so they should have kept him. None of them go to the Seahawks, and look, he's killing over there. So they definitely set themselves back with that, in my opinion.
Here's the thing, man. They would have to give Darnold $100 million.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I feel you. If they kept Darnold, then they needed to trade JJ. They shouldn't. They couldn't have kept both. So I
don't know, man. Like, I don't know what did Sam Darnold sign for?
Well, $100 million. It was like 3 for like 100, something like that. So
it was like 3 for like 100.
Yeah.
So what's that per month?
35, 30, 33 a year, something like 34 a year.
So like, I don't know how much McCarthy's making right now, right?
Yeah.
But for you to have a guy at the age of what, Sam Darnold's what, 26, 27?
Darnold? He's 28, ain't he? I think 28, maybe.
Thing is, they didn't do nothing with the money that they would have paid Darnold. Like, they didn't bring in free agents to make the team better.
28.
It's basically.
Yeah.
I would have. He has at least 5 more super solid good years.
Yeah.
6 solid like prime years of being able to play. Like, I would have gave him $35 million a year, and then if it didn't pan out, I got you. Yeah. Sit
that pine, huh?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though? Like, Jordan Love sat for 3 years. JJ could have did it too. So
exactly.
I never really.
So did Aaron Rodgers.
Like, I understand. Like, it was like back in the day, it was not like that. You weren't just being thrown in the fire like that. You sat behind, even if the vet was like not even that good. Like,
even top first round picks, they said.
Yeah. Like, even if you were a top first round pick, right? You sat.
Yeah.
Unless you were like the first overall QB.
Yeah.
Other than that, you sat behind somebody. Maybe like if the team had a veteran or whatever. Like, so it's just so much different now. Yeah. But like, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like what they tried to do with Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart. Like, you get what I'm saying? Jackson Dart is playing pretty decent. Like, you get what I'm saying? But, you know, it makes more Pat Mahomes did it. Like, Tom Brady had to do it. Like,
I think if you make the decision to move on and not pay Darnold, you got to use that money to help out the young guy. Like, they didn't do nothing.
They have a team. They have a team. They have a well-constructed team. They have a team. They have 2 receivers. They have a hell of an offense.
Yeah, I think it's just like Aaron Jones. He missed time. He just getting back. What's the name? Addison. He had his suspension, so I think that hurt too. But we'll see.
All right, well, let's move on. Last tweet, man. My man Drizzy Drake and the Pats over the Falcons. What other one? I think it was a 1-point game, wasn't it? Yeah. Real quick, Darryl, what's your thoughts on that game, man? Pats over Falcons.
It was a good one for the Pats.
You're Falcon. That's right. You're Falcon.
Nah, I'm a former resident of Atlanta, but good win for now. Even with a good game from Penix and Drake London, like they bought out. It's another quiet game from Bijan. I'm not sure if that's because of Drake London was going crazy, but I didn't see them having that production as far as Drake London against that Patriot defense. I thought Christian Gonzalez, he's going to follow Drake London and shut him down, but definitely that didn't happen. But overall, the Patriots, they're a great team, all 3 phases, especially on the defensive side. They make a lot of good plays. This is kind of like a team that they kind of fall in the category. They don't have a number one option. This week it was Pop Douglas, get 100 yard. Last week it was Stephon Diggs. A couple weeks ago it was Booty. Then another week it was Hunter Henry. So that number one option is interchangeable week to week. It's interesting to see how long they're gonna last without, or if they're gonna move on to the young guy with Henderson. They missed Stevenson this week, but that didn't really. They all 3 running backs they got combined over 100 yards. So those 2 running backs and then Drake May together over 100 yards. Interesting to see how that affects if they're going to make any changes with that running back core. But overall, they got the pieces to win. It's really all like every other team going to come down to their quarterback. Especially Drake May. This is going to be his first postseason run. Maybe it's going to be start off with a home game if they win a division. But this is a good test for them. This is like how I thought the Packers and the Lions should have performed, going against a team that they should have won. and they took care of business and got the job done. So shout out to the Pats.
Yeah, Jordan, I'm gonna go to the next one so we can get this show with Niners and Giants. Your thoughts on that, man?
Well, I mean, Giants made it a little bit of a game at the end, closer. It was probably the score probably didn't really tell the true story. Sometimes it always doesn't, but we're gonna see. I mean, that game, the Giants ain't got shit going for them right now, but Jackson does.
All right. Shout out to my man Mac Jones, 5-2. They're 5-2 right now with the Niners. And Toby, Broncos and Texans, man. Your thoughts on that one?
Broncos and Texans, real quick. I think I picked the Broncos and the Pick'ems. I honestly was gonna lean Texans because it was home. That was one of my,
did CJ get hurt in the game or something?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I was gonna say that real quick. Like, I feel like if CJ stayed healthy throughout the game, they probably win that game because I feel like they were winning and dominating early. The Broncos offense, like I said, they're limited. Like the last few weeks, ever since the Giants game, they turned up late in the game and then they ended up pulling up the W. And they got lucky this week. Sadly, because CJ got hurt, but good W for them. You're always gonna take the W's. The Texans, it just looked like this year is in their year. They had a lot of injuries, a lot of bad losses, and this is another sad one. So.
All right, man. Well, last but not least, Jeff has Pick'ems. The records is on there. What the hell does nigga say? Hold on, playing my fault. I got the Pick'ems though, but anyway, the Pick'ems for next week. Let's go with that. He got the Rams, 49ers, Rams, Patriots, Bucks, Steelers, Chargers. Eagles, Packers.
This is a critical week. I'm going 4-0 this week. I'm going 4-0 this week. I'm going first.
Hold on, real quick. Daryl, you're 15-12. Jordan, you're 14-13. I'm 16-11. Toby, you're also 15-12. Justin, 14-13, and Jeff is number one game ahead of me at 17-10. Yeah, go ahead, Jordan. Whoever start. Yeah.
All right. So, all right.
All right.
I'm going with the Rams.
That.
I'm going with the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Yo, better not let me the fuck down. And then I'm gonna go with the fucking Eagles.
Bad one. Daryl, what you got?
I'm gonna go Rams. This past Bucks game, I don't know what's gonna happen, especially with Bucks coming off a bye. Are they gonna be healthier? The receivers. I'm gonna go Bucks. I'm gonna go Steelers, and I'm gonna go Eagles. Put it in the chat.
Okay. Toby.
Yeah, I also have similar thoughts. Rams, Steelers, because I'm not picking them against them again. Learn my lessons. I'll take an L if I have to. Bucks, because they are coming off a bye, and I believe the Patriots need to be humbled a little bit. And the Eagles game is that's the one I'm tricky on. I'm gonna go with Eagles, but the Packers probably rise to the occasion. They probably could rise to the occasion, but I'm just saying to go with the safe pick and go with the Eagles because they're coming up by themselves, and maybe they'll be sharper.
And we have new players.
Yeah. Is AJ Brown back?
Yeah, I think so. He's gonna be. We have new players.
We'll see how good they are.
Yeah.
You got one wash player in that trade. But anyway,
Jair going against the team. Revenge game.
Packers. Jair revenge game. Packers.
Rams. I'm going with the Pats. Steelers. I think we're gonna beat the Chargers this week, and I'm gonna go with the Eagles as well.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I don't play with my head, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can get better than them. No, not because I know the Packers are inconsistent.
No,
and I don't trust them. So anyway, that's it. Rams, Pats, fuck with them now, and Steelers and Eagles. So that's all for you for tonight. Thank you guys. Nice wrapped up under an hour and a half. Thank you all for coming on, Jeff. Not Jeff, man. Daryl, Toby, Jordan, Anybody who watched, please like and subscribe. We shall be back next week to give our results for the rest of the guys. We'll see you next. Peace.
Peace.
All right, y'all.
Peace, guys. All right, man. Peace, fellas. All right, man. Have a good one.